Welcome to the Weeb Lounge. This is our review of the Saberface that hates other Saberfaces. Yeah, that's kind of self-hating, I guess. That's not cool. That's not cool. It's Mysterious Heroine X, Assassin Class, Fate Grand Order. Now, Mysterious Heroine X has been around for quite some time. She is unique, I guess. Yeah, let's just get to the skills on this one. Skill number 1. Now, this is kind of like a delayed buff. It's a chance to stun everybody, about 80% chance. You know us, we hate the chance-based stuff. At least this is a little higher than normal, but do not rely on it. But updated, it also does defense down 20%. That's guaranteed. So the defense down is okay. I mean, if it was just that, it's lackluster, the chance-based stun. Overall, the skill's kind of... And this character has a lot of upgrades. She's been around for a while, and apparently they really thought she needed to be better. Skill number 2. Gain critical stars. You can get 14 max, and if you upgrade that skill, you can get up to 20. That's not bad. But that alone is kind of meh, but the other upgrade part of it is invincibility for 1 turn. So fully upgraded, you get invincibility for a turn and 20 stars. That makes skill number 2 definitely worth it. Skill number 3. Star Gen, 100%, and damage versus Saber class, 50% for 3 turns, which is kind of... Yeah, I don't... Upgraded. Yes, there's another upgrade for this thing. Attack up 3 turns, 20%. Upgraded, I'd say it's an average to slightly better than average skill. Not upgraded, I mean, the Star Gen can certainly help, but you pop that and the next thing you know, you got a Buster Chain. And yeah, that's our luck. Noble Phantasm. Noble Phantasm is basically a single target with the overcharge dealing extra damage to Saberface enemies. Now, by Saberface, I don't mean, just Artoria Pendragon. I mean everyone with that face. Like Nero, I think. Yeah. I mean, considering the anime styling, just about every female character could kind of sort of be a Saberface if you think about it. But yeah, Saberface enemies get beat up by Saberface Heroine X. Okay, I guess we'll go with it. Video. Now, Saberface Mysterious Heroine X doesn't like other Saberfaces. Yeah, it's just her thing. It's lore, I guess. I'm gonna just do a standard ABQ, kind of show you what she can do for her arch generation, self-arch generation. She doesn't have any kind of NP generation up, and ours is NP3. We can get to 200%. Probably won't get there, though. $25. That's compared to I think compared to most other characters in ABQ, that's like one of the lowest that we've ever tested. That's awful, actually. It's yeah, that's pretty garbage. Now, does she really need help getting to Noble Phantasm? Yeah, unfortunately she does. She doesn't have any kind of other standard abilities to be able to pop her own. Can't generate her own NP unless... Nope, can't. It's bad. Whatever. Now, she does have 2 arts cards and 2 quick cards in her arsenal, so an ABQ is kind of like my standard little test just to see what a person can generate. But if you have, if you just do Buster arts or arts quick arts, definitely going to be better. But overall, I've always noticed, as much as we've used her arts generation's always been kind of slow, even regardless of trying to generate crit and stuff. Trying to mop this up here. get to the next fight, so that way, hopefully there's a rider for me to poke. There's plenty of riders. Alright. For Noble Phantasm, quite simply, single target. And, yeah. It's single target, and it does extra damage to Saberface enemies. Like 150% to 200% depending on the overcharge. It's not terribly useful, because for it to be incredibly useful, it would have to be a rider Saberface. The only one I can think of is Artoria Maid from one of the summer events. That's the only one that would do really, really good. Otherwise, it'd be a little bit of a bonus. It'd be higher than your average flat hit, but self buff. Alright, it's quick. Followed up with those. See what kind of damage she can do. Ours is NP3. $152,000. Now, one thing that I've noticed with her Noble Phantasm is that it always seems to be a tad bit lackluster for a single target 5-star NP3. It's lackluster. It's definitely lackluster. Properly buffed up, other things, like if I would have used the first skill for Saberface, I can never pronounce her name. I'm not even going to try. Old girl on the right. If I put her quick card buff on her, that would have been a significant amount of damage more. The defense down obviously would have done more. So she can be stacked and she can do some heavy hitting damage, especially if there happens to be a Saberface that's a rider, which there's one that I'm familiar with. It's mediocre, but not the bottom of the barrel. Alright, so Mysterious Heroine X, can she generate her arts? She can do okay, but in general, she kind of needs a little bit of a oomph, right? She needs just that little bit of a push to get that Noble Phantasm in any decent amount of time. And it really kind of depends how the cards line up. That's kind of with every character, but with this one, she needs that little bit of an oomph. In terms of Noble Phantasm damage, the damage is lackluster, I guess. It almost feels as if the single target damage was brought down a little bit in order to make up for the extra bit against Saberfaces. So against normal mobs, it's below average, and against, say, Saberface, it's going to be above average, kind of like a little bit of a give and take there. Which, in a way, makes sense if it wasn't just Saberface enemies. You know, it's Saberface, so it ends up being a very restrictive clause in her Noble Phantasm and skills in general. So that kind of brings her value down a couple of notches. It's a cool character, but is she terribly useful? Do you want her? Hard pass. I have to say it's a hard pass. There's plenty of assassins out there, a few of them single target, especially Jack the Ripper. If you have Jack the Ripper, Mysterious Heroine X is of no use to you whatsoever, unless you need multiple single targets in your group. Jack the Ripper is king of single target assassins, king of many different character classes. Crit Gen, blah, blah, blah. You know, check out our review of her. It was the very first one we did. And it makes Mysterious Heroine X look like a noob. So, yeah. If you don't have any good assassin class now the Saberface thing's got me all messed up. If you don't have any good single target assassins, she's a decent go-to, but if you can wait, if you can save your quartz, if you can try to get Jack, maybe even Gramps. I mean, I don't really care for Gramps. You see that in another video or whatever, but maybe even Gramps could be a little bit more utilitarian in your group compared to her. The death chance thing combined with some others, It's hard to say. It's really hard to put her. So with that, I'm going to have to say hard pass. Yeah. Especially if you have Jack. If you already have Jack, there's no need for her. Jack, throw in a support, something else, you're good. And with that, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and streaming here on YouTube on special occasions over at twitch.tv/the Weeb Lounge. See you in the next video.